I wanted to express my sincere appreciation to the Alexander City Education Foundation. It is truly a blessing to be able to partner with them on multiple activities when it comes to the needs of our students and our teachers. Since their inception, the foundation has worked collaboratively with the Board of Education to create various initiatives such as the One-to-One initiative, where they put Chromebooks and iPad devices in all of our students' hands. Recently, the Board of Education as well as the foundation have worked together to assess different needs beyond technology. So the upcoming initiatives will also include technology, but it will add student safety. It will also add teacher appreciation initiatives as well as teacher grants. And then another important thing is a cultural aspect where we're looking at creating an authentic or real-world learning experience for all of our students. We ask that each of you continue to support the Education Foundation, and especially as we venture into the capital campaign, where we will be looking at trying to raise money for each of these initiatives. And again, we thank you for all of your support in helping create a better foundation for all of our students here at Alexander City Schools.
The opportunities that technology provides allow our students to have a levelized playing field. And this opens doors for them to experience people, places, and things that they might not otherwise experience. Those things provide opportunities for students to take things such as a virtual field trip to a place they may not travel, to learn about it in an experiential way. And that impacts their learning by giving them a personal experience. These things can impact learning outcomes because of those personal experiences. We're called to equip students for the 21st century, and that's the world they are already in. It's our job to help them navigate that world. Things like critical thinking, communication, collaboration, creativity, those things are so greatly needed in our business world today. Your support and your funding to help us provide these tools to engage our students in learning and make it authentic and personal will help us to be able to equip our students and send them out into the world.
I use the board every single day to increase engagement by allowing the students to move and get up and be engaged with the different activities. We start every single day with a daily ACT bell ringer where the students can talk to me and talk me through the ACT style changes that they would make. And with the board, we're able to make changes and then go back and take it off if we want to change it. And so it allows us to interact with the sentence more than just a whiteboard. I definitely think that having the board increases student outcome because they are able to take ownership and see a work in progress. We're able to chunk the text, and I can annotate the text on the board and they can follow along on their Chromebooks. When we're writing, we're able to go through the brainstorming, editing, and final steps on the board so the students can see how I would edit and how I would change through the board, and then they can make those corrections on their Chromebook in the same time.
One of the things that your generous donations will do is put air conditioning on all our route buses. We have 20 buses that we're planning on retrofitting with air conditioning. Back in September, I had to drive the after-school bell group of kids to the local theater to Playhouse Cinema. And when I got on the bus, it was about 125 degrees. I rode from Jim Pearson School over to the Playhouse Cinema, back to the bus shop, and I really had to change clothes when I got through. It was so hot. I can just imagine those kids riding from home to school in the afternoon, how long that would be. I think it's something that's really needed, and it's something that we would really graciously accept donations to help with your generosity to achieve that goal of putting air conditioning on all our school buses. When we start school in August, and it's the dog days of summer, that's when it's so hot, but May is also hot too. We really think the school buses will affect every student in our school system. Not every child rides a daily school bus, but all our children take field trips, they go on athletic events, they go on band trips and things such as that. And this is just something that would really graciously help our children and just our safety. In the past, we've had to ask various businesses in town to donate water because it's just extremely hot. I remember when I was still teaching, we took a trip to the American Village, and it was during the court sessions. They went everywhere from the local courts to the state courts to the federal courts. It was just a tremendous opportunity for our students to learn. A lot of our kids don't even get to go to Horseshoe Bend because we can't afford field trips, and it's things such as that. Going to the state capitol, I still remember in the 4th grade going down and meeting the governor and shaking his hand. I thought it was one of the highlights of my 4th grade year. I didn't want to wash my hands for a week. Mother made me anyway. As the Alex City School Foundation, we're just trying to betterment the education environment here in Alexander City by providing things that the local and state cannot do. And with your generous gifts, we can do these things. Thank you for your support, and I look forward to hearing from you.
This year I was thrilled to receive a foundation grant for $700, with which I purchased everything you see here. A canvas for every student in my class, 1st and 2nd semester, acrylic paint like real artists use, a beautiful set of paintbrushes with multiple sizes for each child, and we are beside ourselves with excitement about getting to use these items. When we work in public schools, we all know that funding is limited. Even though Alex City Schools has been very generous with what they give us to purchase art supplies, we all know that the supplies we use have to be a more budget form of what the students refer to as real art supplies. And they say the word real a lot. It doesn't matter how many times I tell them that real artists are people who make art, and they are making art, so they're real artists. They see all of these historic artists that we consider important, and all the work we show them is pretty much paintings done on canvases. And then for the whole rest of the semester, they don't get to do paintings on canvas. So this will raise their experience to a whole new level, not just in my eyes as a professional artist who understands the difference, but in their eyes as people who are studying these great masters and they want to be able to emulate their work. Even just the items arriving in the mail have excited the students. They have just really brought their interest way higher than when I'm just telling them we're going to paint like the Impressionists.
I was fortunate enough to receive the Alexander City Schools Education Foundation grant for $1,500 to repurpose an old empty classroom to create a steaming and dreaming lab. In this lab, teachers at Stevens Elementary are able to bring their students down and use the lab at any time they need. It gives them more room to do experiments in science, engineering, technology, and mathematics. With this grant, I was able to purchase the tables, the stools, lab coats, goggles, rugs, disposable gloves, petri dishes, graduated cylinders, essentially all the supplies that the teachers would need to make this a working STEAM lab. I've seen firsthand that all the donations that are given to the Alexander City Schools Education Foundation are put back into the classrooms to benefit not only the teachers but the students as well.
I'm excited about working with this organization because the board is passionate about the success of our school system. I have 3 children, 2 of which are school-aged. One is at Jim Pearson and one is at Stevens Elementary. So you can see how I personally want our school system to succeed and do well. I love to encourage parents and community members to get involved, no matter how that looks for you, because studies do show that there is a direct link between involvement programs such as the Education Foundation and improved student achievement. I want to challenge you to partner with us and help us improve the learning community of our students in Alexander City. Help us reach our fundraising goal of $1 million by going online to acsef.net and donate today.